have with us a corporate governance expert and the fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan. She serves on ICAP's Auditing Standards and Ethics Committee and as an independent director on the board of a public-private partnership entity overseeing risk assessments for sustainable development projects. With over 25 years of experience in audit, quality and risk management, she is currently the acting president and CEO of the Pakistan Institute of Corporate Governance. She is a certified IFC-trained faculty member and content developer for PICG's flagship Director Training Program and ESG workshops. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shafaq Fauzil-GDEIB, Acting President and CEO of PICG, to talk about the role of DEI in corporate governance.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'd like to thank Zahid and his team for having PICG here to share some facts about women leaders and what we have available today in the market. For those of you who don't know, PICG was established 20 years ago, and we were given the mandate to promote good corporate governance practices in Pakistan. We have been doing this through our capacity development programs, our board evaluations, developing corporate governance frameworks, ESG advisory, and policy advocacy and research. So another task that was given to us by the SECP was to develop the Independent Directors Data Bank. So this data bank, the purpose of the data bank was to provide a platform for individuals who want to be on boards, share their profiles and information, and open up their doors to have access to companies who would like to fill gaps in their boards and also appoint people according to the required sales set. So a lot of what we've been discussing today are where are the female leaders, right? Are there females with so-and-so expertise? And this is what I want to share with you today, and my talk will be focused on this. So currently we have 885 ladies who have put their names on this portal, registered on the portal, and are offering themselves for position on boards, right? This is a 200% increase in the last 5 years. But if you look at the percentage of male to female has not changed, right? It has remained stagnant at 15%. I believe in the morning Zahid had also used 15% in an international information sharing of increase in women or the percentage of women. And so this is something that needs to be sort of thought about. Why is this the case? I'll just quickly share a personal experience. Since PICG does board evaluations, I had gone to a very large public sector company, and one of the things in our board evaluation was to enhance diversity on their board. They had a very large board with only one female. And one of the board members turns around and says, "Don't you think if we have an additional female on our board, then the two females will end up chatting?" I was stunned by that comment, and it was something that took me by surprise to imagine what kind of thought process is behind it, where the world has gone and where the thought process remains. So then I think I'm going to use Aqib Saab's fact in the next board evaluation and say, not 2, but at least 3. So at PICG, we've also mandated 1/3 women on our board. We had changed the Articles of Association to incorporate this change, and our chairperson is also a female. So just to break down the 885 females on the board, what are their stats, right? So 384 of them have work experience of 20 years and more. 450 have been certified in a director's training program with either PICG or any of the other institutes approved by SECP. And about 231 have held or are holding a board position. There are also those females who have held over 12 board positions throughout their career, and even more, 20 even, right? So just to break it down a little further, by industry, these are the numbers that the largest experience is in banks, surprisingly, whereas the banks generally tend to have the least number of females on their board. Besides this, there's all these other sectors. Now, these are not the only sectors that these females have experience in, but the key sector. So in the data bank, we've allowed them to state their top 3 sectors and industries. So these are some of that. And the next slide shows their overall expertise and qualification. So as you can see, there's a variety of women in different fields who are available for board positions. Of course, the due diligence that the panelists were also talking about, that lies on the companies who are appointing these females. So it's very important to hash out what are your needs, and then look at the data bank and find out. You can filter, there are different options, and you can find those best suited for your organization. Another key aspect that I wanted to highlight, we tend to have these committees and we tend to make the policy that we're promoting DEI, but are we really setting targets? So that's one of the things that you have to set smart targets which are achievable, which are measurable, because you cannot manage something that you cannot measure. And just like I said, at PICG, we mandated 1/3 of women on our board. Likewise, there are various targets that you can set, and then not only should you set it, you should report on it, so that you will have to aim to achieve it, and then you should embed it within the KPIs of all your management team. So one other thing, for example, having 5% of people with disabilities. You should also provide the relevant infrastructure to be able to achieve these goals. So I was told to keep it limited, so if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and about the data bank or otherwise. Yeah? Yeah, I can hear you. So the data bank is a pool, right? It's just by the word, it's a data bank, and it's a platform for organizations to come and see. We do provide different networking activities, but just like your Women on Boards initiative and the institute that you are thinking about, providing networking opportunities are key, right? And women have to take their own initiative as well. Like Munisa was also saying, we shy away from being part of networks, going to events, speaking out. So I think it works both ways. You have to make your personal thing, and then PICG does a number of events and webinars and conferences. So we do try to promote our women, and we do get asked by different organizations to shortlist people, and we just share that information with them, and then the end decision is theirs. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.